You can't run faster than a grizzly bear, no matter how quick you are. And if you think jumping into water will save you, you're wrong. They swim better than you'd believe. On March 24th, 2025, one hiker found out the hard way. His name was Colin Renfrew, and this isn't a happy story. It's about a man who loved the wild but couldn't escape it. Stay with us as we tell you what happened that day, step by step, in the cold, rushing waters of Montana's Flathead River. He was 38, strong, and used to hiking. He'd walked tough trails before, in Idaho, in the mountains, even far away in other countries. He made a plan to walk 15 miles alone through the forest, near the Flathead River. The river was big and wild that spring, full of water from melting snow. He packed smart, a map, a compass, bear spray on his belt, a knife by his side, and a small tarp, just in case. He knew bears were around. The rangers said so. Grizzly bears were waking up, hungry after winter. Colin wasn't scared. He'd met bears before and knew what to do. Make noise, stay calm, keep away. He thought he was ready. That morning he started walking, his boots crunching on the ground covered with pine needles. The path went through thick trees, tall and whispering in the wind. For hours it was just him, moving steady, hearing the river get louder as he went deeper into the forest. He sang a little song quietly, something his dad taught him, to scare off bears and keep himself company. The forest stayed quiet, watching him go. By lunchtime, he'd walked 8 miles. His legs were tired but strong. The path got closer to the river, and the ground turned wet and muddy. He stopped on a small hill and looked down at the Flathead River. It was wide and loud, moving fast with waves and bits of wood floating in it. Colin took a breath, the cold air showing as mist from his mouth. He'd crossed rivers before, knew how to check the water, step carefully, hold tight. But this river looked mean, too big, too strong. The other side was far, maybe 40 yards. He pulled his bag tighter, checked his stuff, and said to himself, "Take it slow. You can do this." He found a spot where the water didn't look so wild and started down the bank. The mud grabbed at his boots, slippery and steep. When he stepped into the river, the cold hit hard like a slap, making his legs feel stiff right away. He used his walking sticks, pushing them into the ground to stay steady as the water climbed to his knees, then higher. Every step was tough. The river pulled at him, and the rocks under his feet were smooth and tricky. Halfway across, the water reached his waist, pushing harder, trying to knock him over. He stopped for a second, holding tight, catching his breath. Then something moved. Up the river, a big shape came out from the trees. A grizzly bear, huge and covered in muddy fur. Colin's heart jumped. He'd seen bears, but this one was different. Big, maybe 700 pounds, a strong male. It walked slow toward the water, not seeing him yet, just sniffing the air. Colin stayed still. He knew what to do. Stand big, talk loud, don't run. He lifted his arms and said, clear and strong, "Hey, bear!" "Go away." The grizzly stopped, looked up, and stared right at him. For a moment, it seemed okay. It snorted, stepped back a little, like it might leave. Colin felt a tiny bit better, thinking maybe he'd scared it off. But the wind changed. It blew fast, taking Colin's smell right to the bear. The grizzly's eyes locked on him again, hard and dark. It growled low, a deep, angry sound that made Colin's stomach twist. He shouted louder, "Get out of here!" But the bear didn't care. It ran at him, fast and heavy, splashing into the water with big waves flying up. Colin wanted to stay calm, but fear took over. He turned and moved back toward the bank he'd come from, splashing loud, his stick slipping, his boots sliding. He knew running was bad, but waiting wasn't safe anymore. The bear was too quick, growling loud, getting closer every second. Colin thought fast. The river could help. He'd heard bears swim, but maybe this water was too strong for it. He pushed toward the bank, slipping and falling, his knee hitting a rock hard. Pain shot up his leg, but he kept going, crawling up the muddy side, grabbing at the dirt. The bear splashed closer, its roars shaking everything. Colin looked back once and saw it jump into the river, swimming strong, coming right for him. He wasn't safe yet. The water wasn't stopping it. The chase was just starting. Colin Renfrew was stuck in the icy Flathead River, fighting for his life, when the grizzly bear came for him. March 24th, 2025, wasn't going to let him walk away. He'd tried running, then swimming, but the wild doesn't care about your plans. The bear was close, the water was fast, and Colin was running out of time. This is how it ends. Stay with us as the river and the bear take everything. The river was loud in Colin's ears, a big angry roar that mixed with his fast breathing. He splashed hard, trying to get away, but the water pulled him down, cold and strong around his chest. His legs felt heavy, like they didn't want to move anymore. The grizzly was right behind him, swimming fast, its big head cutting through the waves. Colin looked back. Bad idea. The bear was so close, its teeth shining, its eyes locked on him. Fear hit him hard, and he pushed faster, his arms splashing, his boots slipping on wet rocks. The bear didn't wait. It jumped at him, its huge paws hitting the water loud, sending cold drops everywhere. Colin tried to turn, to dodge, but the river grabbed his legs and pulled him under. He fell hard, his face in the water, his arms reaching for anything. The grizzly landed on him, heavy and wild, pushing him deeper. Colin yelled, but the sound got lost in the river. The bear's claws scratched his chest, cutting through his jacket, hurting bad. Blood mixed with the water, dark and swirling as he fought to get up. Colin kicked and pushed, his hands grabbing at the bear's fur, trying to get free. His chest burned, he needed air, but the bear was too big, too strong. It wasn't just chasing him now. It was scared too, splashing crazy in the water, its paws hitting him again and again. Colin got his head up once, sucking in air, coughing hard. The bear was right there, growling loud, its wet fur brushing his face. He kicked at it, desperate, but the river was moving them both fast and rough, slamming them into rocks and logs. The water turned wilder, full of waves and hidden dangers. Colin's body hit a big rock, pain exploding in his side, making him dizzy. The bear's claws got his arm, tearing deep, and he felt warm blood in the cold water. He couldn't keep fighting. The cold was taking his strength, making his arms and legs slow. The grizzly was tired too, its growls turning into heavy breaths, but it wouldn't stop. Every time Colin got his head up, the bear pushed him back down, its paws heavy like stones. They rolled through the river together, caught in the fast water. Colin's eyes saw blurry shapes, the shore, the trees, racing past too quick to reach. A branch hit his leg, twisting it hard, but he didn't feel much anymore. The cold was everywhere inside him, making him weak. The bear's paw pressed his chest one more time, holding him under. He couldn't breathe, couldn't move. The water filled his mouth, his nose, and everything went dark. His last try was a weak push, but it didn't matter. The river won. The grizzly kept going a little longer, splashing and fighting until it got free. The water carried it away, around a bend, still alive but shaken. Colin didn't come up. The river took him deep, hiding him in its cold, dark arms. Hours went by, quiet and still, like nothing happened. The next morning, March the 25th, his body washed up on a rocky bank, stuck in some tree roots. Rangers found him, his skin white and wet, big cuts from claws on his chest and arms, his face showing fear and pain. Doctors said he drowned, hurt bad by the bear first. The grizzly was gone, its tracks fading into the forest. No one caught it. It just disappeared, back to the wild where it belonged. The Flathead River kept moving fast and loud, not caring what it took. Colin Renfrew came to Montana looking for adventure. He was good at hiking, strong and smart, but that didn't matter. The wild doesn't look at who you are. On March 24th, 2025, the bear and the river showed him how strong they are. Colin couldn't run. He couldn't swim away. He was just another part of the story the forest tells, one it forgets as soon as it's over.